Introducing the sponsor of the Technology CEO Award, Cozen O'Connor, a full-service law firm with more than 600 attorneys in 23 cities, nationally recognized for excellence in litigation, business law, and government relations. Please welcome Vice Chair of Cozen O'Connor's Corporate Practice Group, Ira Gubernick.
True innovators originate forward-thinking concepts, instigate real improvements. This award goes to the individual who brings leadership, creativity, and out-of-the-box thinking to a technology-oriented business. Join me in recognizing all of their contributions to the industry, economy, and the wider community. Cue video.
I think it's one of the most critical parts of our company. It's very loose, but we have a ton to do. So all about empowerment and really, putting people in a position to be successful. So we have everything, beer on tap and the ping pong and the, foosball and all that sort of stuff. But, that's not really culture. What culture is about, the people coming together and really with a common mission and then driving for that.
I really believe that the strongest thing you can do as a CEO is hone the culture. And the culture is not words on a wall that says attitude or truthfulness. Culture is really the behaviors that underlie those values. And so we work real hard on that. We have 32 fundamentals, which are 32 values, and we talk about what it means to us in practice. And every meeting we start that week, we focus on that value. So it helps us build the culture, the behavior part, because culture is a noun, but it's also a verb.
Obviously, you want people who have a common purpose of what we're trying to achieve, and we're trying to solve really complex problems in the healthcare market, and it's not easy. So you need people really focused and dedicated on trying to drive client satisfaction, client value, and at the same time we have investors. So we're trying to drive investor value as well, and that's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for the folks who are just in it part-time. It's really people who are driven to try and drive value and get up every single day and trying to figure out how to do it better.
Well, 3 worthy candidates. And the finalist and winner is Calvin Knowlton, Tabula Rasa Healthcare.
Ladies and gentlemen, Technology CEO, Dr. Calvin Knowlton, founder, chairman, and CEO of Tabula Rasa Healthcare.
Thank you very much. I'd like to also congratulate Mike and Tim for their finalist stature. At our table tonight, I'd like to acknowledge my wife, Ursula, Dr. Ursula Knowlton, who's the co-founder of our company. And I'd like to, she's also the president and runs the new business development. I'd also like to acknowledge 2 of our children here, Alex and Rena. Dr. Bob Alessiani, who's our Chief Pharmacotherapy Officer. Mr. Brian Adams, our Chief Financial Officer. Mr. Brian Litton, our Chief Strategy Officer. Mr. Joe Filippoli, our Chief Information Officer. Ms. Dana Filippoli, our Vice President of Marketing, and Dr. John Durham, our board member and good friend. And Diane Semingson, who's our community liaison. Advisors I'd like to acknowledge for this company and for many of the companies that we've started, particularly our very good friend for over 2 decades, Steve Goodman, who's been not just a lawyer, but really a business advisor to us. Jeff Bodel, also from Morgan Lewis. Bruce Luer and Saul Richter from Rittenhouse, and Brian Hughes from KPMG. I'd like you to indulge me for just 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I'd like to talk to the young entrepreneurs. Did you ever read Dr. Seuss's book, Oh, the Places You'll Go? Remember how it went? You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. Fame, you'll be as famous as fame can be, with the whole wide world watching you win on TV. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed, 98.75% guaranteed. And I'd like to share a thought with the younger entrepreneurs as you nurture your practices. In the generation of selfies, Dr. Seuss's pervasive you affirmation is not foreign. It represents what could be termed personal hubris. And while hubris often provokes self-confidence and germinates good strategy, success requires more than good strategy. To change the hubris descriptor, I believe that our practices, our businesses require both strategy virtues and, as we just saw in the video, cultural virtues. Strategy sets the direction, culture sets the attitudes and the behaviors. And I remind you, young entrepreneurs, of Peter Drucker's admonition. It is not poor strategy that befalls a company. It is not a team with misintent, nor is it a functional morass. Like a tree that dies from the top down, so it is with business or practice. The culture of the organization is set from the top. Misaligned culture is the root cause of most business failures. And Drucker finally reminds us, strategies can be copied, but no one can copy your culture. And when strategy and culture collide, culture always wins. Your culture is your brand, and his famous words that most of you in the audience have heard many times, culture eats strategy for lunch. So focus on your strategies, your strategic virtues, but also focus on your practices' cultural virtues. The organizational culture that you set from the top defines the character of your practice, how you will interact with your employees and with people that are your clients. So the bottom line, entrepreneurs, work as hard on your cultural virtues as you do on your strategy virtues. If you need help on a couple steps on how to do that, then many of us would be happy to tell you or to show you how to do that and to lead you in the direction of consultants that work solely on establishing cultural virtues within your practice. Many thanks to the Philadelphia Alliance for Capital and Technologies for this recognition and this dinner tonight. Thank you very much.